Hi there, it's Dan here from Flexxable, and today we're going to talk about how to get clients with Facebook lead ads. Let's dive in. Okay, so we've been running a kind of little beta testing group over in my community for the past 6 to 8 weeks, and we've been dialing a lot of stuff in with Facebook ads to be able to land clients for a pay per lead offer. I guess the good thing about running pay per lead is that it's an excellent offer. All right, so all you have to do is be able to get people in front of the offer, and then it kind of closes itself, right? Because there's no commitment, there's no long-term contracts. They just have to buy a certain amount of leads, and they don't have to go again after a month if they don't want to, if the quality's not there or whatever, right? So it's a very low barrier of entry, and it's one of the easiest offers to sell. It can be done by cold email, it can be done by LinkedIn, it can be done by a number of different methods, but what we're going to focus on today is Facebook lead ads. So let's just jump in. The first thing we're going to talk about is Facebook lead ads, actually. And I've always been a big kind of negative person on lead ads, right? And this was up until recently when I've started seeing the results that's come from it. Because what's happened with the iOS updates and all the problems we've had with, tracking and conversion API and all of this stuff, which means that what you see in Facebook inside the ads platform is usually not what's actually going on in the real world, because all the tracking's messed up. So guess what Facebook lead ads does? There's no offline stuff. So the tracking is perfect, and I think when we started seeing the results and the kind of cost per leads that are coming through, they're usually about 20% of the cost per lead coming off a landing page. That's our kind of, maybe about 30% of our cost per lead coming from, a usual landing page funnel. Because Facebook just seems to be kind of prioritizing these lead ads, and I just couldn't believe how cheap they are. And I also couldn't believe what we're seeing with kind of lead to appointment ratio and appointment show up rates. So let me just explain, very briefly what the funnel looks like. And we'll go from there. So what we've got is our ad. Okay, we've got obviously our pay per lead offer that we're selling. We've got an ad, which point when they click on it, it opens up a lead form. And in this lead form, and I learned this from one of my students actually, which is working very well for him, we're actually making the lead form look almost like a landing page. Okay, so you've got image for a big banner, you've got image for a headline and a sub headline, and then you've got all the fields below. So and space for copy. So if you can mimic a landing page inside the lead form, then you're really kind of giving yourself a good chance to qualify people out or get them excited about becoming a lead, right? So we've got ad, they click on the ad, they open up this kind of landing page stroke lead form. They put their details in. We just capture name, email address, website, the website they've got, and phone number, and the state they're in. And what happens after they do that? They go click through to the Facebook terms of service and privacy policy, etc., which is mandatory. And after they click that, then they go to a page which we almost mimic as a final step page that they haven't quite finished yet, even though Facebook thinks they have, right? There's a little gray bit underneath that says that you've submitted the form, right? But we kind of like draw the attention of the user to this final step page, this last step page, where it asks them to go through and book an appointment. There's a big blue button below, which is that call to action, book a call with us now. They click on that, and then they go through to a calendar page, which is, we use high level for that. You can use whatever you want, right? But what we do is we have that funnel working for us, and I'm going to go into the stats right now for you. So let's look at the numbers that you should be trying to achieve if you run this type of thing. And of course, it's only in beta at the moment. I'm not going to go into too much detail. If you want to find out more, then you can kind of comment below and reach out to us, and we can share some stuff with you. But let's look at if you're generating leads for $30, okay, which is what you should be doing if you have a strong offer like pay per lead. Okay, so if you generate 100 leads, it's costing you $3,000 for those 100 leads. All right, which is a cost per lead of $30. If you have a decent kind of automations and stuff going on behind the scenes, we use high level for that, then you're going to get above 50% lead to appointment ratio, okay, which means that your cost per appointment is $60. All right. So you've got 50 appointments for $3,000. Okay. And then what you want to optimize next, if you are good at using high level and you've got follow-up sequences and you've got a salesperson that knows how to optimize show-up rates, then the next metric you want to get to is the show, the kind of cost per show. All right. So we usually see that around 50% of the people show up. It should be higher than this, and we're working on it at the moment, and we know we can get it much higher than that. So that means using round numbers, for $3,000 spent, you've got 100 leads, 50 shows, 50 appointments, and then 25 shows. All right, I'm using pretty basic maths here. So for 25 shows, for $3,000, I'm not going to work out what that cost per show is, but let's say you convert 5 out of those 25 people, 20% of the people that come through. That means you've got, for $3,000, you've got $600 per client closed from paid ads. All right. And that's very kind of rough figures, and I hope you can follow what I'm doing. It's all in my head at the moment, and I hope it's not wrong. But these are the kind of numbers that you can systematically do if you get good at it. Okay, you can hire a sales team off the back of this. You can just keep going and going and going and going with a pay-per-lead offer. And I've seen people do this with insurance agents, that it just, there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of these people out there in the US, for example, that need leads. And you can run this funnel to them and just systematically close them in for a pay-per-lead deal at, $600 per appointment. Okay, and if that stacks for you and the lifetime value of the customer is $1,200 or $2,000 or even more, then it's literally a license to print money. It's really quite powerful. And the great thing is that you're not, this is all perfect tracking. You haven't got to worry about getting accounts shut down unless you're doing something really dodgy in your ads. It's very much repeatable, and it's not going to get you in trouble with Facebook. So it's quite exciting. As I was saying before, to hit these type of numbers, you can't just expect the lead ad to do everything on its own, all right, to land that $600 cost per customer. Like, if you do that on its own, you're going to get very low show-up rates, you're going to get very low lead to appointment ratios, and the whole campaign's going to bomb, okay? You must have some kind of CRM automation software that's going on in the background that sends SMSs to get people to turn up. That if they don't turn up, then puts them into a no-show sequence. If they show but don't buy, then having a system that goes on that kind of gets them back, and all of that type of stuff. I'm not going to go into here today, but you must overlay some really clever, a really clever type CRM that goes on that works to be able to optimize all these holes in your system. All right, and of course you must have a salesperson that knows how to dial, isn't afraid to cold call, and can really just hammer the crap out of those leads, because there really is an unlimited amount of those leads out there, those B2B leads. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today. If you are looking to kind of move away from the retainer model and you're looking into performance-based marketing or pay-per-lead with the type of stuff that I've explained today, then we have a really great game plan on how you can do that. All you have to do is click the link around here somewhere. It's free, and it's good stuff. You'll really enjoy it. And finally, if you've liked this video, please give us a like so we know to create more videos like it. If you've got any questions or comments, please give us a comment or chat in the chat box. And finally, if you want to be the first to see new videos that we produce, then please subscribe and you'll be the first to know. See you soon.